And welcome back to episode 189 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I am your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host, Malcolm. We'll see how them Eagles fly this year. King. What's happening?
Not flying high, pretty high playing them Patriots.
Raise this down, boy. We finna smack y'all 21.
Y'all won't get pretty high that week. So
crazy.
Don't let us get D-Hop.
As always.
That's another topic.
Right.
We got my guys with me, AA Ron the Dot Connector, and my guy CT. What's happening with y'all?
What's up, baby?
Shit,
Good afternoon.
Another week, more news, man.
My good sir.
Another week, more news. You right. So with the news, where y'all want to start it off at?
Can we start with the Valley? We out in the Valley with it. Bradley Bilski.
You want to talk Bradley Beal to the Suns?
Bradley Beal to the Suns.
Why not? Why not jump
Why
in?
not KD with another super team? Hopefully get something, man.
Is that a super team with Bradley Beal?
That's what I was about to ask. You think
that's what I'm saying? He with
team?
Another super team. Hopefully he can get something done.
Well, no. So I guess let me ask it as a question to you, CT. Do you, and Aaron, you too, obviously, do you feel like adding Bradley Beal makes them a super team?
I don't think it makes them any that
30-point scores, 30.3.
Yeah, but who else is on the team now? You done gave everybody up,
right? And it doesn't matter.
Find some guys, man.
But how much more do you have?
You got more time now. You got way more time now to find guys instead of
But how much more money? How much more money in the bank do you have to keep acquiring guys? Because it's cool if your top five is upper echelon. We saw that try to work with Brooklyn, it didn't happen. Mm-hmm. But it's cool when your top five is like that. But when you bench the deficit from how the skill level drops that low when you get to your bench, I don't know if it's worth the fuck at that point.
I think they're gonna find just some solid guys you can put around these guys. Like, you don't really gotta, as long as hopefully they keep DeAndre Ayton, that's the big piece. So
definitely they can't get rid of him at this point. But I guess my biggest thing is who's buying in. Like, is Kevin Durant buying in? Is Devin Booker buying into this squad? Because if they are, they may do a better job of selling it to others to be like, yeah, just accept the lower contract. If you believe in us, hop on the squad and we'll get one this year.
Didn't they fire Monty?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So who's the coach now?
Did they replace him already?
Frank Vogel.
Did that go through?
Yeah, it's Frank Vogel.
That did go through?
Yeah,
sure.
Of course.
That's definitely a fact, because now it's Frank Vogel's first year with this team.
With a coach,
he got a good coach.
But he probably gonna coach this year. If they don't do something, they don't win the championship, they're finna fire his ass too.
No,
they be firing niggas for looking at niggas wrong.
They did.
Coaches getting fired. You can coach a year last year, you only make it to the second round of playoffs. You get that phone call, hey, I need to come holler. Okay.
Yep.
I think it was just a shake-up this year, just a coach shake-up this year. You don't never really see it happen every year.
Not this bad. You're right about that.
That's what I'm saying. They ain't never seen it happen
Not this bad, but you can guarantee that it's at least 1 to 2 going every year. And at that point, it's damn near 1 to 2 every year.
They normally trying to lock him up now for they're trying to give him big contracts. I think they gave Monty like a 5-year.
But did he make it? Oh,
he got the biggest deal in coaching history. So
he coached Detroit now, don't he?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's good for him. I mean, they ain't gonna fire you because of shit, nigga. What?
You ain't got no expectations over there.
Why'd you pick up the phone, nigga?
And I think that's an alley-oop. I think
Making
it's an
the playoffs.
alley-oop. Going to Detroit is an alley-oop. If you can expect Cade Cunningham to be healthy, where they're consistently at, especially the draft picks that they got coming up, you got an opportunity to really make a team in Detroit, and it's already almost there. Like, it's already just one key player from the cup running over. And then you see Detroit all of a sudden making a name for themselves.
Yeah, I'd see them in the same boat as like the Magic.
I would say more so. I would
They both
say
got a
more
lot
so
of
the
young
Rockets. Like, you look at the Rockets in the same accord, and then look at the coach that they got. They just got Udoka. So it's like you're in a great situation. I think both coaches can do well to mold younger talent as opposed to wrangling egos.
With older guys, yeah.
Right, you know what I'm saying? With the vets that prove that they. So I feel like that's an alley-oop for either one of those coaches. They put you in a decent situation where the turnaround was already happening. Now with your expertise added, they should be looking like something.
And no offense, they always got one of us black coaches on the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, that's always been part. Yeah, that's
always. You see, it was like how many? Him and Doc Rivers was the coaches that was like in this off season.
No, I agree.
Nick Nurse was probably the only one that got fired. Besides, you know what I'm saying?
And I think
always. What you say?
What was you about to say, Mark?
I was just gonna say the only black coach I've seen overextend their stay, I hate to say, was Marvin Lewis. That's the only black coach in sports I've seen get to have their position for a long ass time as a coach.
Or Mike
Tomlin.
Tomlin. Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin is nice, nigga. Come on, man.
Yeah,
No,
Mike
Mike
Tomlin
Mike
is nice.
Tomlin in that.
He's kept his job for a long time, though. That's what I'm saying. That's basically.
But there's a difference when I meant, just not to take it off somewhere else, but in that CT, the difference in that is Mike Tomlin's never been below 500.
Right.
Never.
Even when he had a shaky year this year, they could have talked about firing him. But
No, but you can't, because first of all, the Steelers are always loyal. They've only had a handful of coaches in their lifetime. Okay,
And he's never had a losing record.
Right, and he's never had a losing record. CT Marvin Lewis,
And his team
he's
low.
had losing record. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's had.
I see what you mean.
But yeah, I agree with you as far as they are like some of the.
Mike never gave them a reason to talk about firing him.
You feel that?
Yeah.
And even going back to these two, the Monty Williams and Ime Udoka, like, both of those markets will leave you alone, essentially.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That nigga gonna have fun. And
Right, like, you got time. You got time in either market. He got time in either market before people start looking at him crazy. Like, damn, well, I thought we was doing well until you came around. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to take at least 3, in my opinion, at either location.
Boston's
Weren't you just saying
Houston? Boston's uptight and white, and Houston is very laid back and black. My nigga.
I don't know. I think I do.
It's Hispanic too.
I'm just saying. When it comes to being black in either city, you're gonna be better off in Houston. That's all I'm saying.
I don't
Definitely
agree.
Hispanic down there.
Because Cliff, not even a year ago, I'll say when we talked about Houston, what we talk about James Harden, Deshaun Watson, we say Houston as a whole seemed like it was an issue. Now we're saying Houston might not be that bad.
For a coaching situation. Situation.
Okay.
Right, we were talking about it from the standpoint
But
of...
not even that.
So look at it like this. You on the market as a coach, right? And the NBA say you going to Houston or you going to Detroit. Are you pissed?
If I'm
Detroit or Houston.
I'm going to Detroit. Yes, I actually am.
Yeah, I would be upset on either or. 'Cause it's like a
I wouldn't be pissed either way.
like a depth. I would be pissed about.
It's like you drew the middle straw, because what coaching see a lot of the times is, I guarantee you that Frank Vogel is in a hotter seat than Monty Williams is currently. You feel what I'm saying?
No,
definitely. Definitely.
Frank Vogel's won a ring and Monty Williams hasn't. And Frank Vogel just did it 3 years ago. Let's not forget.
See, the difference though is that now you've gone back into the situation that I was explaining with CT, that I said Monty Williams talking to them young guys is better off than try to wrangle egos. Now Frank Vogel is going into a ego zoo. You feel me?
He's already done that.
But he did that with LeBron. And LeBron does a good job of wrangling egos himself.
Does he?
Yes, he does.
So hold on. They didn't have a problem with Russell Westbrook on the Lakers for a long time.
I mean, but that's Russell Westbrook.
No. It doesn't matter though. We said LeBron. People like CT, which is a lot of them, say LeBron's the GOAT, right? So I hold GOATs, I told y'all, to a higher expectation. You just said he wrangles people in. Not always. There's a couple teammates.
But that's
wrangle JR in.
What do you mean?
He
You
didn't
couldn't wrangle JR?
That motherfucker sitting there like this, no timeouts.
You can't equate one situation into somebody's entire career. And for that matter, if we talking GOATs, what about Rodman going MIA? Does that make Jordan not the GOAT now? Because you can't wrangle a Rodman. There's certain people that can't be wrangled. That's why we said Westbrook wasn't going to be a good fit in LA in the first place.
But I also wouldn't have compared Rodman to J.R. Smith or.
This is one of it's
why not? Why not? At least they're going to be in the game.
Because Cliff, Dennis Rodman's in his own lane, bro. I don't even put Dennis Rodman in the conversation with a lot of these niggas today. Dennis Rodman.
So is Russ. Russ in his own lane.
We're not talking about stats. We're talking about being wrangled. There's certain players that aren't able. You can't do that. You can't. That's always going to be a wild boy.
But for you, okay. Let me turn into a question again. How many Dennis Rodman type players are there, Cliff, in the NBA or any sports like that today?
What? So as far as like eccentric wise,
there was only.
We're not talking about that.
There was only one Dennis Rodman. That's what I'm getting at.
But we're not.
Rebel. Wasn't nobody telling Rasheed Wallace to do shit.
Right, it's a lot of people like that.
Rasheed Wallace to do shit.
But they weren't Dennis.
But see, that's not what we were talking about. We're not talking about statistically. We're talking about
stats, personality.
We're talking about the fact that there's always going to be someone in the entire league. There's going to be multiples that cannot be controlled, that are always going to do them. And that was Russell Westbrook. You knew it was Russell long before he got to LA. That was him in OKC. That was him in Washington. That was him in Houston. It was him everywhere he went. So you can't all of a sudden put him on a team with LeBron and be like, LeBron, control him. No, you can't control him. You knew that.
Facts.
So again, I will say that LeBron is a good wrangler of egos. But now we're getting to a point where KD's ego can't be wrangled. We know he got into it with Golden State before he left. Now we already know Devin Booker ain't going to give that ball up. He showed us that this playoff season. I'm the guy, not KD. Now Bradley Beal's in that situation as well. So how did the ball get distributed at that point? I don't know, but that's D-Book. I thought that they was just all going to share duty.
Frank Vogel be like, just go ahead and go out there.
No,
that's
for
the
real.
Type
like
of league it is now. It's ISO. I mean, it's.
I thought they
you just need somebody that can score. You got to just score, basically.
I thought they would put Bradley at it and Book at the 2, Durant at the 3, and have each one of them bring the ball up. Y'all bring it up when y'all feel fit.
Every
that's
play,
gonna make them scary.
With Ayton. That's every play. Pick and roll with Ayton, just a different player.
It's gonna be scary for them because they got a guy they can depend on. Like that's what they missed in the playoffs. It was just KD and Book, and they needed that one other guy on the.
But here's my thing with the pick, right? Is you would think, and Booker has been doing better about it, but has been known to get injured. Kevin Durant definitely known to get injured. Bradley Beal known to get injured. And all three of these players, when they do get injured, it's not a couple games they miss. So why was Bradley Beal the target in the first place? Because I would want somebody on a team like with Book and Durant a little sturdier. Give me a sturdier player.
I think there's going to be a lot more.
I just feel like if it was where he was too in Washington, I feel like he
just didn't want to be there, right?
He didn't definitely want to play there.
Well, I mean,
how many years in a row they talk about trading him from Washington, and then they end up giving him a big contract. So he was like, "No, I'm happy. I'm gonna take the money." You know what I'm saying? So he want to go somewhere where he can actually get a chance to win. He had a chance to win since 2013, 14, when John Wall was healthy.
How old is Bradley Beal? Bradley Beal's probably at that age.
He's my age. He's probably 29.
Yeah,
30.
I think he is about 29, 30.
Feed him, join him. He's at that point in his career. He's 29. Yeah, CT, you called it. He's 29. Yep.
Yeah, my class.
And you know, CT, we ain't old, and Cliff and Aaron, y'all ain't old either. But like I said, we know in sports that clock starts ticking, boy. You gotta start making decisions.
You absolutely correct, but see, that's.
And you want to live in Washington or you want to go to the Valley? My God.
I don't know.
I probably want to live in Washington.
No.
Rocket City?
No.
Yeah, I know it's dangerous, but I'm saying, like, I don't want to live in AZ where it's fucking.
Kevin Durant doesn't even want to play for that's his hometown. He has no desire.
KD said I want to go to the.
Nah, I'd much rather be. You. Well, it depends on what you like too.
Chris Paul didn't even want to leave, but they said, "No, you got to."
Because my whole deal is you could definitely play for DC and live somewhere else. That's not an issue. It's not hard to do in DC.
Oh, I'm sure he does in the off season.
Right.
I'm sure even in the regular season you can do that. It's not hard to live somewhere else.
You can't do that in the regular season.
You know,
it's not ideal. You can live somewhere, but you can't. I see with both y'all. So you can have a residence, Cliff, but you, to CT's point, you gotta go to practice and shit. Like
yeah, you got to be a flight.
You can't live, you can't live there the day of practice and be like, yeah, I'm about to fly halfway across the country to go to like. I think I was saying,
but you know what? With that,
every day
that whole that whole DMV area is damn near all the same though.
You'd be so tired from just hopping on the flight.
You know, so even if you, I wasn't even talking about the jet lag. Even if you choose not to live in DC and you over in, you know, you over in Baltimore, it's still the same. You're not escaping this area. This is.
I wouldn't live in Baltimore.
Well, because it's all in the state of Maryland.
It's all around the state. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, where pick your poison out of all these spots, and it's like. They all kind of rough. I don't know. I don't know where I would put my house at.
Prince George County.
Oh, you're talking about outside of.
Yeah, like if I was like, nah, I'm not gonna live in DC. I'm gonna go to, you know.
No, he's talking like Evansville, Mount Vernon, like something outside.
Oh,
yeah, like you don't have to.
I thought you meant too, like what CT thought.
No, like not like in a whole nother state. No.
It's Seattle, Washington. I'm gonna leave practice and hop back on the flight back to Seattle.
No.
That's what I thought he meant.
You got 2 hours to sleep. You gotta hop back on the flight, and the time difference. Like you'd be so mad.
Listen, even if you had a PJ, that ain't working.
That is not. How much bread is that?
You hear me? My bonus can't cover all that.
Y'all might as well just take the NBA check.
I'm sure it's motherfuckers that could cover it, but it's like.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Of mileage. A lot of gas.
A lot of gas. You hear me? What? And the weather ain't always good enough anyway, so you couldn't do it every day all the time because you know, fuck that.
No, you right. That is the truth, huh? I didn't even think of that.
I don't know how we got there, but fuck it.
Right.
That's funny. That's just funny to think about.
But other versus Arizona. Or the Valley.
Yeah, right. And I just couldn't see myself being out west in Arizona like that. Like
I like Arizona.
When you got a big mansion too, like it's gonna be easy.
I mean, but let your power go out and let them not have it back up like this situation in 4 hours and see if your food don't go bad. You don't be sweating your ass off.
But that just happened here last year in Columbus.
Yeah. Right. But I'm saying the heats are different.
They're different, but the same situation is my point.
Right, and that's what I'm explaining. Let that shit happen in Arizona.
You still can go somewhere else with AC like you had to do here.
Easy,
if you know somebody.
To one of the biggest.
No, Cliff. It ain't
biggest resort.
Hey, Cliff, this is how it works. Let me show you. Hotel. Y'all got a room? Which one y'all got a room?
Hey, how big is y'all refrigerator?
Right.
right.
If your shit off for 2 days, you gotta throw your whole shit out.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like it's here. The electric can go out for a day and a half, and as long as you ain't opening the refrigerator, you're still good. Heat's not that bad. But go somewhere like Arizona, where if your air conditioner isn't supercharged, you're not comfortable. I'm cool. And it's desert I'm cool. I'm cool on all that.
But it's like Florida.
I'd rather be in the hood.
It's not. It's like Florida. It's similar to Florida. The heat's different, but it's not what you.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That drier heat, but it's still that's still too much.
That ocean area.
And he got a pool right out the back door, like.
Yeah, I guess I mean you would have to have a pool. Every house better come with a pool in AZ.
Right.
And I bet it's not even a pool at that point. It's a fucking 50-foot hot tub.
No, they
Hey,
can. You can.
We got one when we going back July 7th.
They're like, oh, you got a heated pool? Nah, that's just Arizona. That's natural, baby. God,
Gotta have
damn.
it.
Pools in the desert, nigga.
Shit.
This nigga got a whole pond in his backyard, nigga.
Fuck.
From the desert for 200 miles.
Them motherfuckers pay enough money to keep them regulated, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nah, definitely.
It's nice and cold.
But listen, I
Somebody be
don't
out there
know.
to fix it ASAP if it
You
was
hear me
him.
right? We'll have somebody right out.
No,
What?
we'll move on. They ain't worth all that. I don't think that to wrap up that conversation, I don't think that they
Make a difference?
make the conference finals, the Western Conference Finals next year.
I don't know who's doing
Ooh, keep the
I don't think
receipts,
that- I don't
baby.
think that takes place.
it.
I mean, that's why I say shit on here. And so it's down, so
I
motherfuckers
love
can
it.
record. But yeah,
Yeah.
nah, I don't think they make the Western Conference Finals. But we'll move on. Ja Morant's 25-game suspension. How y'all feel about it?
25 sounds about
Another
right.
slap on the wrist.
I don't
You
think
think
it's a
so?
slap on the wrist, right? Because thinking back to history, and I think we brought it up on a prior podcast, Gilbert Arenas got 30. And that was for pulling the strap in the locker room.
Actually threatening somebody.
Right, like he pulled the strap in the locker room. You're not even supposed to have a gun on the premises. And he did 2 violations. He pulled it on somebody, and he had it on him. Ja Morant didn't, again, not condoning his actions, but he didn't do anything illegal.
They said the second time it wasn't a gun; it was allegedly a pin or some shit. Like
What,
was
Ja
a
Morant?
lighter.
No, they said it was a toy.
yeah,
No, because he
No,
posted.
It's the police, you getting popped.
And you know what? It may even be genius for real because they had a post that they flashed because he posted prior to that incident with a gun lighter. And
Fact check. Gil got 50 games.
oh, did he get 50?
Yeah, I thought it
50.
was more than 30, right?
I thought it was 30. 50.
50.
Yeah.
Ja ain't got 50 games total. Like,
But that's
From the
cool
last-
though, because he still didn't do nothing wrong. Well, not do nothing
It's
wrong
just
in a
a
legal
league.
sense. In a legal
Well,
sense, it's a
what do you
bad
think?
look either way you.
How
cut it.
long do you think he should have been suspended then, CT?
I said 30, so
I
25.
said 35 to 40. He's
See,
eligible
that-
to make the All-Star. He's eligible to get like awards and stuff.
As
But
he
he won't.
should be.
But he won't. But you know he won't though. At this
Right,
time.
as he
How
should
come
be.
he
He should
won't?
still be able to get a man to fighting chance.
If you're down that long, CT, there's no way. I don't say no way, but I'm
Dude can come back and average 30. Like he can, that's
White folk that vote, they ain't gonna let that happen.
right.
who ain't.
The
The
white
league.
folk that vote
Right.
for those awards aren't gonna let that happen.
Right.
Now here's the kicker, right? And I hate to even paint this shit like this.
It's a safe. What do they say? It's a safe place. What they say?
But this is a probationary period, essentially.
It's like an extended sentence.
You feel what I'm saying? You
I
feel
think
what
so,
I'm
too.
saying?
I think so,
Because
too. You know, house arrest.
Right.
You can be OJ Mayo in this bit. What happened to OJ Mayo? Nobody.
Yeah. What really? What
nigga,
actually
they
really
wiped
happened
his
to
name
OJ?
from the record books. We don't know what happened to OJ Mayo.
I know he was on the Timberwolves and shit, and then
That's the NBA's John Gotti.
I don't know what he did exactly, but there was like, no, you
no,
can't.
that's Sean Kemp.
Sean Kemp missed.
Nah.
Oh, that's that nigga ran. He shot in the air the whole time. So
Aaron's a fucking fool.
he hit a window, car.
He did it. He did
Right.
a alarm.
If Sean Kemp shows his face with a strap, he better hit something. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't come out here to flash, motherfucker.
Right.
I'm Sean Kemp. I shouldn't be out here with this bitch.
Right. If
So,
right.
if I show it, somebody
I'm
going
using
down.
it. You hear me? That's my thing. If I ever have to truly show it, allegedly,
You on Derek Coleman niggas?
But see, the difference is you a civilian.
True.
You a civilian, so you're supposed to have it on you regardless. You feel what I'm saying? When you that big, that rich, you shouldn't be handling that.
One of the homies.
Right. You should call my phone got stole, cuz. Take this phone, it gives the location, go get my shit back.
Hey, cuz, hey, this nigga's real, man. I can't get your phone, man.
Hey,
a lot of people don't.
Man,
He's like, well, I'm gonna go do it.
Listen, Sean, what's your bank account still say? How much are you gonna give me for getting this? I'm gonna go get this phone back.
Cliff, you want a bodyguard like the dude off the blacklist? His homeboy.
Man, how much? If I'm getting paid and you talking about, now I know Sean Kemp, I heard stories, you know, he probably still don't got it. Clearly he still don't got it if he out there waving a banger in broad day. You know what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is, even if one of my niggas, like say you was in the NBA, you don't got the money like that no more. You can't pay me, you're getting your phone back.
That's well,
man, you better hope.
He getting his phone back.
Hopefully he knows people like that. That's what I'm trying to say.
He getting his phone back. That's a fact.
People don't be about it like that when they see who was on the other side.
But what I'm saying is, the people who had around him that day, at that moment, they weren't the right people.
Right.
It tells us, like, look, man, I gotta go in the glove compartment, dog. I gotta go in the glove compartment, man.
I'd have been like, keep the car hot.
Yeah.
Right.
Keep the car hot. I'll be right back. The fuck?
Bow. Now let's go.
I ain't gonna do that. But if I do, Sean Kemp, it ain't gonna be in the air. I'm gonna just tell you that.
You hear me? It's gonna be at an aim target.
You hear me? Where that phone at?
Right, real talk.
And then I'm gonna get back, and before I give it to him, I'm gonna say, "What's on this motherfucker?" Wait, what's on this motherfucker?
Saying. You're right.
That you needed it back that bad.
You're stupid.
I'm just playing.
No, you would. Yeah, you would. Yes, you would.
Nah, I probably ask before I go do it, because I need to know the severity of the situation. How do I need to handle this situation? Is it a guarantee? Like, are you just mad you lost your phone? Is it incriminating evidence? What are we dealing with here?
What are we?
What kind of mission is this this reconnaissance mission that you're asking me to perform?
What stakes are at hand?
You feel me? But either way, back to my nigga job. 25 makes sense.
All right. I think 25.
We still at 82, right? Because you know they was doing that soft shit, like dropping it 10 games and doing all. We still at 82, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then 25 is cool.
I didn't like the fake because I knew I could tell it wasn't him. So like the most recent apology, like I read it, the statement, and there's no way that was Ja. Like,
oh yeah, ChatGPT was like, apology, cite me an apology for carrying a gun. Like, ChatGPT was like, I am so sorry that.
Yeah, it didn't feel truly, like, I don't know, it just didn't seem genuine.
He plays basketball though. He doesn't write eloquently.
That's true, and I don't either. But
I'm not an English major.
Hey, look,
right, I mean that's true.
Right.
I'm saying a lot of sorrow. I don't know.
But to go back though,
I was just trying to show Shorty I had it, Shorty. I didn't know Joe. He translated that into, hey, I am deeply concerned and I apologize for my actions. They translated that whole shit. You're not finna get no whole eloquent apology out of. I don't know John Morant like that. I'm pretty sure he's educated. What I'm saying is, that's why
I'm pretty sure he's educated.
Write that out for you. Look nice. You look educated.
Right.
Look, you did 4 years in college.
Listen. Oh, but what I was saying though, because I never finished my thought. That's lightweight genius though, because he posted himself with that lighter, you know, like in between incidents. So it's like, if you catch me one again, are you sure it wasn't this motherfucker? Because you see,
But why test the waters like that? You know what I mean?
Well, it depends. You know what I'm saying? Memphis is one of the top 5 most dangerous places. But
you're not Zach Randolph. You're not Zebo.
So maybe that's why. You know, motherfuckers that are usually a little bit softer tend to overcompensate.
Right, try to prove more.
Exactly. So if I have to live here, and you know that we top 5 most dangerous cities, I gotta let motherfuckers know that I do have it on me and I will blow that bitch. But that's what he's thinking in his head.
Oh, that's what he's thinking, right?
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's the case. I'm saying that's what because he has enough little niggas around him, right?
But why isn't anybody else? I'm assuming. But why doesn't it seem like anybody else on that team is acting like that, though? Because they live in Memphis too, or at least around the area, right? Like
because they don't have lawyers and a pocket full of cash and all that because they know they gotta ask if they go down. If I go down for something, he's the first person I'm calling. It's not my mom or my lawyer or nothing like that. Right, so I don't want no third party defense. You feel what I'm saying? So my best bet is to play the background, not let nobody know what I'm out here doing. I might be out there with Ja until somebody from the city notices me, though. He's the only one that's going to be like, he get down. Everybody else going to be like, he just another dude with Ja.
And some of them dudes know not to play ball. They just know not to play that game. They just know it's not in the card.
Do you think niggas in Memphis is fearing Ja?
No, I'm talking about people on the team, on the basketball team.
Right.
They're like, I'm not going to do that because it doesn't make sense for me. There are some dudes in that team that's like, I can't. It's just not going to happen for me because I'm not even going to play ball like that. I'm not going to do all that.
But to answer your question, that's exactly why a nigga like Ja overcompensates.
He's trying to
because no one in Memphis fears Ja. So if it's a situation where it's like, I love you because you a great basketball player, but you know it's like Muhammad Ali said, if it's 10,000 snakes and 9,000 of them want to be friends and the other 10 want to hurt me, I'm not gonna let no snake near me. I don't care who wants an autograph. None of y'all get one because I know it's some of y'all out there that's trying to take me out. So I can't let none of y'all get close enough.
Right.
Some of the other dudes on their team, not the whole team, but I would say like 5 to 10, know that. So they move different. They don't be on the lines doing all that. I'm not saying I don't know what Ja does. I don't have Instagram, y'all. I have to go ahead and look that. I'm sorry. I don't know what he completely does online. What I'm saying is I don't hear anybody else on the team at the strip club videotaping themselves. They
Right.
They move different. Put your phone down, cuz. You over here.
Right.
But he's always his own cameraman. Even the one video, the one that just got him into this shit, his cameraman tried to save him.
Right.
He seen him pull a gun out and he flipped it back towards his chest. Like, and he looked at him like, come on, nigga, what the fuck is you?
But to y'all's point, what does that say about Ja's crew?
You're overcompensating. That's what it says.
But nobody's like, nigga, you're tripping, smacking him in the head. Like nobody's doing anything to check this man. We're just letting him run wild and crazy.
But what can you say when he's already half the Casamigos?
And like, that's what
you'll be getting home.
Right.
That's what I think I'm getting at with the situation is I think I'm starting to soften up to Ja on it. Is I don't mind you having a gun on you at all times. I think you should. Mm-hmm. You just shouldn't be so reckless with
open with it. You shouldn't be so freely with it.
Because maybe that's what it takes to be an athlete / superstar on his level operating in a place like that. Every car ain't bulletproof. Security ain't always readily available. Like we said, you got to get to practice. There may be an impromptu meeting you got to attend. You may end up driving yourself. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't, and like we say, like you may not always have a reason to carry a gun on you. But you know it's like when you don't carry a gun on you, you get used to not having it, and that's a problem. Because you cannot take it with you on that day you needed it.
Right, you start feeling naked without that moment.
You hear what I'm saying? So it's no different for him. He's just not doing the best job with advertisement. Like, don't advertise that shit. Just live it.
It's the maturity.
I don't mean like live it like that, but you know what I'm saying. Like, just live your life,
right?
Without letting everybody know your move.
Man, I feel like he just got the gun. He just flashed it.
Right.
That's what it feel like. He just got it.
What'd you say here?
That's it. Just keep it in your pocket.
Right. That's it. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey, y'all know I'm strapped, right? Everybody know that?
Right.
Everybody needs to know that.
Right.
And now the situation arises.
Motherfuckers handle you different when they know you got a strap.
But he just let me. I just want everybody to know.
Right. I'm carrying.
Right.
He's that nigga at Walmart with a holster with a big ass Glock. Like I get it.
And it's a Velcro joint. One of them Velcro joints that hang out the outside of your
like, okay,
jeans on your belt.
Yeah, I see you, partner.
I wouldn't be surprised if every one of his guns couldn't light a cigarette. I bet they all just little cigarette guns at the end of the day. Because that first one was the most questionable shit that I had never seen. And after he posted that second video, which
he
again
turned it into a sponsorship.
Which again is genius, by the way. You posted, you had that little baby
gun company fucking with him. A gun company's fucking with him.
See, talking shit.
Oh. No, I'm saying for lighters, you know what I'm saying?
It's not that bad.
Don't get these young kids killed, because what's going to happen is all these little niggas is going to be like, where can I get the gun lighter that Ja had? Exactly. Yeah, pull that out to light your cigarette at the wrong time. And it'll be the last cigarette you light.
Right.
You don't light cigarette, you might even get there.
Listen. But either way, I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the day, Ja was just trying to light a few cigarettes.
You think he smokes cigarettes?
That's the point.
Well, I'm not gonna say he smokes marijuana. Well, I don't know. NBA ain't on marijuana like that no more. So maybe he lighting blunts. I'm just, not trying to incriminate the man. But I guarantee you, y'all need to go to that man's house, and I guarantee the investigation didn't consist of this. Make him pull his firearms out, and you pull the trigger yourself. And if that motherfucker spit butane, then
you could probably just take the clip out and see if the chamber is empty.
Yeah, but you can't go off of that because he could have bought one.
But then you can't. I bet this gun's fake. Bah!
But then you can't light your cigarette.
I'm gonna light my cigarette with this because I know it's fake. Look, bro, put the gun down. You feel the weight in it. There's
nobody needs to get hurt.
Oh shit, that's funny. Yeah, but 25, all right with me. I'm cool.
Yeah, I don't mind 25. I mean, I could see a 30 piece, but 25 was cool.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't get much more for a lighter.
I wouldn't go more than 30. Let's just say that.
No, I agree with that as well. What else did I have?
Oh, that reminds me.
We got Draymond Green got
denied his player option.
Yeah.
But we knew that was going to happen.
I mean, you knew that. I kept saying I didn't think it was going to happen.
I think they had just reconstruct his contract.
I don't think that's going to happen like that. Because they going, I mean, it depends on how much they see his worth, right? Because although his scoring stats are low, his worth is very high to the Golden State Warriors. And a lot of teams you would imagine could see that you really end up seeing you didn't. You didn't see how much that motherfucker was worth to you, did you? And I think he's going to be one of them motherfuckers that slide under the radar. And it's like,
There's no repercussion from the incident last year.
From punching him. I think at the end of the day, I think management know that nigga needed to be punched.
Gordon, he ended up being okay. Look at him.
I wouldn't be. Nah, I'm not gonna go that far.
Made that jawline strong.
Nah, but no, you know what? I'm gonna say that. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody in the office wasn't like, Draymond, you the voice of the team. Get that man together.
Just not physically.
And he just took it there because the nigga probably piped up and said something crazy. Oh, I got a ring too, bitch ass nigga. You ain't that good. Oh, for real?
Nigga, I'll drop your big ass right now. Boink.
Listen, we know Jordan Poole ain't dropping shit. That nigga almost turned his wrist trying to push him away from him.
I'm surprised nobody ran around.
Yeah. Oh, we got. What kind of twist is that? You almost sprained the ligament, motherfucker.
Bitch,
this nigga punched him and picked him up in the same.
Right.
Punched him and caught him.
In transition to a choke.
Hey.
You're all right. I didn't mean to hit you. You said that.
Oh shit. That is hilarious, man.
I almost seen somebody get Jordan pulled earlier after work over by Weber and Hudson. I said, ooh. Sheesh.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, they was. I said, okay, they was in the circle.
You ain't gotta tell me. You ain't.
You talking in Ohio?
Yeah. Somebody owed some bread. You owed down. Right. You got fronted.
Oh shit!
You ain't know he was gonna come rolling down the block at that point, and you just spent your last 5 at the Sunoco. That's what happened.
I didn't know you rolled so deep.
That's what happened. I thought your car wasn't fixed. I didn't know he was going to pull up.
These all your friends? Okay.
Some big worm shit, smoky shit.
Yeah, that's what happened there. Before we move off of NBA talk, I do want to, just NBA in general, because you know we doing all around.
Talking about the draft?
Yeah, the draft tomorrow.
It is. I seen him working out there.
Wimby.
Yeah, Wembanyama going number 1, and for my shower heads, that's Victor out of France, 7'4", 230. They got him listed as 230. I don't know if he's 230 though.
He's 230, boy.
He's light.
I don't know.
He looked like
220. He's not too far.
Yeah, I don't think he's that far. Like, I wouldn't go as far as to say 215, but I don't think he's 230.
They putting that work in.
Right after Christmas, right after Christmas, after a holiday, nigga, they good and everything.
You could be right, Mouth, though, too. It could be a situation where he is putting work in to try to get heavier.
Because he know at this point, like, what's at stake. You know what I mean?
He
like,
could
I think
be right.
He's really, I don't know. I mean, minor, but he just threw like the first pitch, which was kind of random at the Yankee Stadium.
Yankees game, yeah.
I was like, okay, like.
In New York for the draft, so that's what it says. So.
Oh, okay, that makes. Okay, now that makes sense. I was like, that's random.
I didn't know New York. I didn't know the draft was in New York.
Yeah, I had no idea. So that's
yeah.
It
was usually there. I think they switched up.
Right, that makes sense, Aaron.
I don't think they switched it up.
The NFL does. NBA, I don't think.
I don't think it does. I know that, but I know. Yeah, I think the NBA might have done it in New York this whole time. Problem.
Is it?
What's up with that boy Scoot Henderson?
Gonna be on the Spurs.
Scoot look crazy.
So
very deal.
I was actually about to bring him up because he had just released that article talking about he wanted to be number 1. He wanted to work his show statistically with the G League that he was number 1, and he didn't feel like that he could with the way everybody's up in Victor Wembanyama. But I looked at a lot of the projected drafts 1 through 5, and some of them had him at 3.
Some of them at 2.
Yeah, right. That's what I would have thought. I would have thought 1 Victor, 2 Scoot.
Hornets. We got to the Hornets. I think the Hornets are 2.
Yeah. But I can't remember who it was, what website, and I didn't write it down. They got Brandon Miller, the small forward out of Alabama, going number 2. And then Scoot going number 3.
Really?
Yeah, that's kind of...
You got LaMelo, though, right? LaMelo's a point. And then you have Brandon Miller, who's a shooting guard, small forward. Scoot is a point. So then you have Scoot and LaMelo with the ball. So that's going to be a conflict. And if you're the Hornets, anything helps.
Now, here's what's interesting about that, though, right? And that is a great point with LaMelo. There is really no point in Scoot because you really ain't made that successful with you and Terry Rozier. So what's the point in bringing another young point in there that don't know how to, adapt? But you're essentially giving the same scenario to Dame Lillard. Which in my mind is...
Dame is 10 years older than LaMelo Ball.
Well, right?
That's, I think, that's worse. You would get Scooter Braun and try to modal replacement. Whereas LaMelo's like he hasn't reached yet. And you have Brandon Miller, who could be a complimentary. I don't know what's going to end up being, but he's a great shooting guard, small forward prospect.
Immediately, that gives me Jordan Love, Aaron Rodgers vibes. Where it's like, yeah, bring in my replacement. That's absolutely not a problem. But don't bring him in too early as well, right? This is very early to be bringing in a replacement for Dame Lillard. Because though be it that he is not on a Steph Curry or in some instances not even on a Kyrie level of accolade. Like, well, not accolade, acknowledgement is what I mean. That also comes to the fact that you've been on that team the whole time. And you haven't been as injured as either of them. So why would you immediately think that if I'm going to get Dame's replacement, this is the year to do so? I think this drives him out the door.
And Dame just said he want to stay in Portland.
Did you compare Dame to Kyrie?
Kyrie and Steph. You have to compare motherfuckers to their counterparts, Mal.
No, I meant, okay, I see. I thought you meant it as in, like, Kyrie is better than Dame.
No, I said they haven't gotten, they're all in the same class. Right, he just haven't got the same recognition as a Kyrie or a Steph because of the place that you play at.
He slept right.
Right. And I also said that he's not halfway as injured as they are as well. No. So why would you automatically think to bring in another point guard here if you want me to stay?
I don't want to be. I think this might be a wild comparison. I think this might be wild, but like you said, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. It could be Joe Montana, Steve Young.
Either way, it's the same situation.
But the Joe Montana, Steve Young situation is you have a replacement that fits right in and it worked. We don't know if Jordan Love's going to work yet. We haven't seen the whole season of Jordan Love.
What you have is a more willing veteran in Joe Montana, Steve Young. And even Joe Montana wasn't happy when Steve Young came, but he was more willing to work with him to get him, up to
James
speed.
And Rui Hachimura. Mark them words. Watch.
I just know Dame and Scoop.
Watch.
It's gonna be like, remember the Titans relationship where they're not gonna get along at first, and they're gonna somehow find
Kuzma back.
Good bond. And then they might play 2-3 years.
Damn, he said they different races.
Are they? Oh yeah, no.
No, you said from Remember the Titans relationship.
Oh shit!
Damn. Damn, this thing put him on two different.
I didn't mean that, but you get what I'm trying to say. Niggas gonna
definitely.
And they might end up being good friends. It might work.
Nah.
They might hate each other.
It could work. It could work.
It's all a chance.
Well, anything is possible. Let's keep that above.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't immediately say, like when I say it could work, if I was to calculate a percentage of if Dame and Scoot Henderson works together, 33.3.
I'll take that too. That's 1 and 3.
But then if you was to ask me to calculate that same percentage with the CJ McCollum Dame tandem, I would say around 45.
Well, it didn't work.
So why all of a sudden does it drop with your young, you know what I'm saying?
Because they got CJ McCollum when he was like 25, 24. They had like 5 years ago.
Right.
They had like 7.
And it still didn't work. You feel what I'm saying? Even at their highest peak of...
We're going to see if the young buck come through and how the reaction is. That's going to be...
I don't think it'll work with Dame at this age.
That's what I'm saying. He might be too resentful. He might be, this nigga come to take my spot. Fuck Rook.
And essentially, let's keep it a buck.
Take 60-year man's spot.
Let's keep it a buck. They play similar. They play similar. Yes, they do. Work. He just more of a Scoot Henderson is more of a driver because he's younger, but Dame used to be that back in the day.
Yeah, when it didn't hurt so much.
Right, but their games
slump.
are similar.
He can come in and have a rookie slump too. That's possible. So,
I mean, but the nigga proved that. What I will say about Scoot. Remember, I sent that. I don't know if y'all was that to the what's it called? That was to the Hit the Showers chat, I believe. I sent that the highlights of that game that they played where Wemby scored, I think 36, and Scoot Henderson had, I think, 29. 13 assists or something like that. Like, it was a pretty even game. It's in one of the chats. If it's not in the Hit the Showers chat, it must be in the one with Q and Malk. I'll send it to the Hit the Showers. But yeah, they was going at each other, and that's how I knew that Scoot was, you know, a worthy adversary. He was worthy of being in the league and competing that same way. But I just don't think that it works with Portland. I just don't with Dame. Not with Dame there too. Now if Dame leaves and Scoot comes in, you may have a close run at Rookie of the Year this year, and I mean that.
Hopefully they trade that and try to get like Paul George. I've seen him say so.
To Portland?
Yeah.
Whoa there.
Does
trade the draft pick?
Is Wemby and Scoot playing in the summer league?
He said he's playing a few games. Victor is.
I'll be curious to see when he run against. Because that's the summer leagues when we saw Paulo Banchero, we was like, oh shit, that's a grown man out there.
Yeah.
That's where you see right. A lot of them. A lot of dudes show up in the summer league. And
Wemby played one game a week, possibly, maybe two, for like the last year or so.
All right.
That's why I don't think he's gonna last in the league.
3 in a row with a day off in between, maybe one. So you got 3 games in 4 days. I want to see the third game Wemby and see what happens. That's me.
Nah, I don't think you playing 3.
You got to.
No, because Chet got hurt after 2. Right. And I'm not comparing them to 2. I'm just saying, like, when you have that much of a talent, we know he's going to shit the summer league. We know that. We know there's no point in him even playing it.
Okay.
For sure, because
stars played in summer league.
I'm saying,
I think it's still good tune-up.
Listen, I understand what you're saying, tune-up, but tune-up also, and I understand what Aaron's saying. The only reason why Aaron wants to see him in the summer league is because, like he said, your frequency of play wasn't high enough when you was overseas. So now we got to see your conditioning going through a week where you may play 3 games through Saturday.
Right.
Now, my whole thing is, the reason why everyone is high on Victor is because of his size as well as his intangibles. Do you know who they compare him to in his draft? What's the name? Kevin Durant.
Scoot?
No, Victor Wembanyama. His comparison. They got him listed as a center, but his comparison was Kevin Durant.
I've heard that.
So if that doesn't let you know that it's not worth risking that talent, I would even be more comfortable playing him even though he's not injured, like an Embiid, where you only playing 30 minutes a game. That's it, that's all. At least for this first half of the season. And then once I see you're doing all right with that 30, you can start playing as much as you want. But I'm not about to just throw you out there to get chewed up, because there is still a chance you get chewed up.
Right.
I think you
gotta throw him in the fire.
Look at Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, look.
Motherfuckers was high. New York wasn't high on him when they got him, but once he started balling, they was high on him. Now they've reduced this man to a behind the arc scorer. There's nothing you can do but shoot behind the 3-point line after all that talent, all them step backs and cross ups that you did, dunks and all that. You're a behind the arc scorer, and you're similar in height. Even though I think Wemby's closer to 7'5" than 7'3", like Porzingis, but
hey, speaking of KP, he just got traded.
Celtics.
He got traded to the Boston Celtics.
That's interesting.
Who?
Nice.
I still don't know how much that helps, but that's interesting.
KP.
Not KCP.
He was hooping.
Who?
Kristaps Porzingis.
Oh, Kristaps Porzingis. I always said KCP.
Nah.
Oh, hell no.
Not Caldwell.
I mean, he's a journeyman at this point.
Right.
At this point, you a journeyman. You done got traded 3-4 teams.
No, I think this is gonna be good for him.
I don't know, man. Because let's think about it. Like
he was looking nice on the Wizards at the end, especially last year.
But they need a big. They need a big. They got Al Horford, Robert Williams.
Him and Robert Williams is gonna be nice.
I don't know, man. I think that puts a
that
lot
might be
on
the piece they was missing.
Porzingis' shoulders. I think that puts a lot on his shoulders in Boston.
I don't think so. To be the third guy, no.
You think he's the third guy?
He's injury prone. He's got to be the third guy.
That's what I'm saying. He's not the third guy.
JT and Brown?
Oh, well, you're saying. Oh, I thought you were saying like third at his position. He's not.
Oh no, yeah, third guy on the team. That's their big three. I think is what CP's trying to say. Is JT, JB, and him.
I wouldn't even start him. I couldn't. You couldn't be my big three if I can't start you.
Well, I don't think you traded for him to not start him though.
What?
Right, and that's my issue. Is that
him from last year?
But was he playing big last year? No.
Look at him last
now
year,
you can play the five and not be playing big. There's a lot of fives out there right now that are getting away with just getting cute rebounds and staying out by the 3-point line. But Boston needs a big, a presence at the big.
He's 7'3".
He's 7'3", injury prone, and he's not leaving the ground like he used to. He doesn't even jump like he used to.
This might be the team he needed.
I mean, you could be right, but I don't know. I don't know if that's that big of a grab. It looks good on paper. On paper, you like but I don't know if that's that big of a grab. I would have wanted let's be real.
They will be in the conference finals. As
much as they've been struggling with the 4-5 position in Boston, I would have been more comfortable grabbing give me a fucking Andre Drummond. Give me somebody that's not going to do nothing but play D and rebound. Nothing else.
Keep the forward space. He can shoot. KP can shoot it. Drummond can't shoot. So
no, you absolutely right about that.
And most of the time, Drummond's on the bench at the end of the games and stuff.
But you already got Al Horford. Why you need Kristaps Porzingis? Somebody's just going to stand in the corner and shoot threes and get you a few rebounds.
No, it's a guy that we can get a ball to. He can score too. Al can't score like that.
No, I will give you that. You got a better scorer in him, but it's still better. But look, that goes back to my original point.
Man. You know that European ball, man.
That goes back to my original point, though. Look what they reduced him to. Well, I don't want to say they, because it's not like he was under Thibodeau or anybody and they worked his knees to death. I'm just saying, after everything that happened to his career, he's nowhere. He's not even. He lost at least 40% of himself.
I just want you to go look at some of his clips from last year. He was killing it. I'm like, this is what KP can be. Like,
he was hitting threes, but what I saw from him when I was watching is you was the last man up the court. Playing that Vucevic game. Yeah. At the top of the three, waiting on that pass. But you wasn't down there banging around.
He killing in the post, too. He got that.
Well, yeah, he's going to do that. But what I'm more concerned about is your defense. We know Boston can score, but what about that defense? And that's not a defensive guy that you just put down at your 5.
Oh, yeah. He can block shots. I'm telling you,
he's capable, but he's not.
That's the piece, Boston. They was little. Even with Robert Williams.
That's what you added. You added height.
Height. Yeah, that's.
But I don't know that. I don't know that was the big that y'all needed in Boston.
This kind of not saying he's Kevin Garnett, but it's kind of reminds me of when they got Kevin Garnett, like that 2018.
Damn, you giving him too much.
I'm not saying he's Kevin. I said he's.
I understand, but you saying like the height of Boston getting them is like.
When you go to Boston, it's a different type of it's a different type of legacy when you go put on that Celtics jersey. Playing in that arena with them banners, I feel like he's gonna be different than he's ever been in his career.
Porzy gonna come and go. Porzy gonna come and go. I guarantee you.
Like
what happens
Malcolm
is
Brogdon already gone.
He's gone. He's out of there.
They sent Brogdon to the Clippers. In and out. $6 million of the year. Gone.
Boston.
Hey, I think this was the right move for him.
What you think? Sending Brogdon to the Clippers was the right move.
And just getting KP. I think they'll be in the finals next year, probably.
So my whole thing is you're still lacking at the point guard position. And you're still lacking at the center position.
It shows you don't need a point guard. Eastern Conference. You've been in Eastern Conference, what, 5 of the last 6 years? That's crazy. So you really ain't had a point guard since.
That's fair to say. Because even without, you can still put Marcus there, and he's shown that he's at least capable of.
He got Defensive Player of the Year at that spot.
That's fair to say, but I think even though you picked up a 5, you still need a 5. You know what I'm saying? Like,
not if you got Robert. I mean, hopefully if Al ain't retired. I mean,
we don't know if Robert's knees are ever gonna come back.
I think he didn't look too bad.
I mean, but he played limited minutes. It wasn't many games that he was, playing a whole 40. And the game is more.
He can't shoot the ball. He's not a shooter. That's why they rather have a space where they can shoot the 3.
But Horford is. That's what I'm saying. If you got 4 motherfuckers.
He's iffy.
You can say Marcus Smart is iffy as well.
He can get you 15, then he can get you 2.
You can say Marcus Smart is iffy as well.
But his defense is always going to be there.
Defense is always there.
Especially it's a guard league too. You got to have Marcus out there.
No, you're right about that. I agree with that 1,000.
But you never know what type of Al you're going to get. So I think definitely bring it in. Porzingis.
I think Porzingis is going to replace Al instead of.
Oh yeah, you know that though.
He's just going to be the guy. He's just going to be the guy to sit in the corner, and I may, hype up the crowd with a driving baseline dunk from time to time. But for the most part, I'm not jumping. I'm just going to shoot this 3.
And that's a guy you got to worry about now. You probably really wasn't worried about Al out there.
He the new Vucevic. I'm telling you, he's the new Vucevic. Right, he's the last guy down the court. I don't like seeing my center be the last guy down the court, but he'll be the last guy down the court and just stand at the top of the key waiting on the 3. And I see the same thing from Kristaps. Only thing is, he may roll to one side and end up on the wing.
He used to be the trail man. That's what it's called. Be the trailer.
But you too big for that. And if you my scorer and a big man,
you can shoot.
But you're big, so you're wasting.
Their big is in the paint. Worried about.
So you wasted 7 feet 3 inches. Because the guard can stop at the top and shoot at the top of the 3. But if you're my scorer, I need you to do more than shoot. I need you to get down there, get in that paint. My point guard should be able to bounce you the ball. You should be the last one coming up.
Shoot nowadays.
I agree. We gonna see how Boston turn up. I just don't think that they making the right decisions, and I don't think that they have been for a while now.
I do. They just need that one piece to get over the hump. They came back from a 3-0. They just needed one more. I think they.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm saying it. Hey, Market here. They going to the finals.
Hell no.
Who? Wait, what? Boston going to the finals?
Yeah,
finals.
What year?
Yeah. Right.
What players?
2057.
Hey, go find you a betting site and put $100 on that.
What'd you say? Put $100 on it?
Find you a betting site.
I'm sure the odds definitely changed for sure since they got him.
I don't think they get a title with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown together.
I don't either.
I don't know if they're gonna do it.
I do.
I feel like you might as well get this money. Is what I'm trying to say.
I don't think they both get one together. I think if Boston gets one, it's after that trade gets made.
So you don't think they're gonna get one, Jaylen Brown and Jason Taylor?
They've been there. They so close to the finish line. They just need to get that.
It's a lot of motherfuckers that get close and don't get it.
Not as close as him.
Marcus Smart though. What's Marcus
What do you
Smart?
mean?
Trade Marcus Smart.
Like the Boston Celtics have been these last 5 years.
Trading Marcus Smart is like trading Draymond Green. Like, it's like your biggest attribute is what nobody talks about. I don't want to say nobody talks about because he did get Defensive Player of the Year last year.
The underrated player.
Right. Like, that's a very underrated stat, as much defense as he puts off. Just like Draymond's most underrated stat is his ball distribution. So if you get rid of a player like that, your team drastically goes down because you lost your best defender and you lost your best passer, and both people were appreciated.
And just their voice on the team, leadership.
I agree with that as well.
It'll be quiet around there when they're not around, you know what I'm saying? So
I agree with that as well.
They like the coach on the court, so you gotta have him on the team.
Yeah, you can't get rid of Marcus.
The voice makes sense.
And they gonna always speak for real, what's facts.
But if he can replace 4 points with 20 points,
Porzingis,
that's a 16-point difference from whatever game we talking about.
But not necessarily. And that
so call it 10-point difference. 10-point difference from 4 points to 14 points on a consistent basis.
No. See, I think you're missing me because even if you went from 4 to 20, right? But what's your defense looking like? How many shots did you give up? You feel what I'm saying? Marcus could give you 4, but locked his man down to only 12, and that was a 25-point average player. That's still more. I want that over the 20 points and the guy put up 30 on you.
It doesn't seem like that translates to a championship, though, is what I'm trying to say.
That makes sense as well. Yeah.
It seems like I'd rather have somebody score 20, maybe 25, rather than 10, maybe 4 points.
Right,
the opposite direction. I agree with you, but that's the GM game. Like, they don't fire GMs, they fire coaches.
Right.
So then they can play that little dangerous game of, I'm going to get rid of Marcus Smart and get this nigga. It is dangerous. You're right.
Nah, get rid of Jaylen Brown. That's what I'm saying. If you're getting rid of anybody in Boston, get rid of Jaylen Brown.
You think so? So you get rid of Jaylen Brown, and the season ends up worse.
No. Because not necessarily, because it depends on, again, like you said, your GM. That depends on what you getting in return. What is my return on investment? If I'm investing Jaylen Brown, a guy who's been that far for how many years, what are you going to give me in return? Whether that be a key role player and a few draft picks.
So I don't think there's not many guys in the league that you can replace for him.
Exactly, which is why I'm going to milk you on the back end. I need somebody this year that I can use. Yeah, so give me a role player that you got on your squad. And then on the back end, I'm going to need you. Are you going to have an opportunity at first next year? I'm going to need that. You got a second? Give me that as well. What about the year after that? Do you have something for me that, I'm going to need that also.
I'm going to need that.
And he's worth it, though.
We can strip one nigga. Give me your shoes.
He's worth it, though. Because if I take a role player, a role player could be and this is a stretch, but a Harrison Barnes.
Oh.
A role player could be Duncan Robinson.
Or Iguodala. Put Iguodala in there.
No, he's too old. I need because
I'm talking about as far as what he did.
Hey, but I don't know because Harrison Barnes is a big 3 in Sacramento with Malik Monk.
He's looking like it now,
but
that wasn't the plan. Yeah,
him, Barnes, Sabonis, and Fox. I would say
he's looking like it now, but that wasn't the plan.
Nah, Barnes is.
But that's what I'm saying. You can sneak out players like that. Look at Miles Bridges. somebody that the Suns was like, yeah, we afford to get rid of him, and now he dropping 30 pieces because he's in a different system.
Down.
But what I'm saying there are players like that are out there that can benefit from being in a different system that team will give up for less than what they're actually worth. So if I can get a role player out of you, and then I can get a first round this year and a second round this year and a possible second round the year after for a Jaylen Brown, get the fuck on to that team, G. Pack your shit.
I think niggas are sending them text messages. Those text messages you just said, those are text messages. Like, look, I know you're not finna play this dude. You got da-da-da, you got da-da-da. Let me talk to him. I think that's happening.
Yeah. For Jaylen Brown, he's not playing, and you want to give him for Jaylen Brown.
And to be clear, I'm not saying that Jaylen Brown is a trash player. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that the two together aren't going to work.
Right.
How is it not working? It's just ain't.
Well, hold on. CT, if in order for it to work, which the ultimate goal is a championship, it hasn't been completed.
And they're what, 24, 23?
Hell no, they're older than that
23.
now.
23 and 26, like 24 and 25. Like, come on, bro. No, they're not.
They're not over 27.
You clowning.
25.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're over 27.
I want to say
Jason Tatum's 25. He just had a birthday. Okay, he's 25.
JB probably, what, 26, 27?
Yeah, JB, you probably, okay, CT. Jaylen Brown's 26.
Come
About to be 27 in October, to be precise.
Damn.
Like, that's crazy. It ain't working.
But it's not about your age, G. It's not about your age, right? You're just not what. It's the same. It's the same as.
I could see if they wasn't making the playoffs and stuff like that. Like they only they make it to the playoffs.
Here's the thing as well. Here's the thing as well is we're in a situation right now where the NBA, where the teams are constantly striving to improve. Even if they're on the brink of being great, they'll trade the team away to get somebody better to try to move forward. And when you play the same old squad, this is just it. Now we just gonna do it again with this squad and hope we get it right this time. That never seemed to work that way.
No, and we're gonna bring in KP. It's gonna work this time.
He's not high enough. He's not high enough.
He is.
He has to have a miracle season. Like don't get me wrong. I know
this might be the KP that they drafted for the Knicks that everybody wanted to see. This might be the KP team.
After 10 years? After 7 years?
28, 27? This might still be his prime time, so he still got time.
This nigga cut back the clock though. Subtracted all the injuries and cut back the clock back to New York KP.
We're gonna actually get to see a lot of them this year on his Boston team. So,
and that's what I'm saying. That's my biggest issue.
Hey, he might be what if he be
No, that's my biggest issue. Is you're gonna have to see a lot of them on this Boston team. And where have we ever seen a lot of KP without an injury? Ever?
That's what I'm. Hey.
Oh yeah, he's always hurt.
Ever.
The
last year, yes, but after that, no.
Hold on, let me look him up.
Not Contagious. I keep saying Contagious. Kristaps last year he had a whole year. I think he did.
I don't believe so.
Man, look, if you're talking about
that was Washington,
I think he's saying that Kristaps Porzingis is going to have a New York year next year. I don't know if that's going to happen. He might have a good year, but his great days are beyond him. It's over with.
He averaged 23 last year. Oh my God!
But he averaged. How many games did he play?
Let's see.
I know it wasn't 82.
Over with, dog.
65.
And that's not bad out of Kristaps.
I'll take that.
But see, even with picking a guy up like that to be your big, you're understanding that
1.5 blocks.
You're understanding that he's not gonna get through your whole 82. So at that point, it comes down to strategy. When do I use him and where? What's the best bet to make him available for me at the right time in the season? That's a very hard gamble to take. And if you need a big, somebody's going to bang around, get blocks, play defense, you think that 65 is going, you think you're getting upwards of that? Nah.
Yes.
Nah. You're not getting upwards of 65 games with the way Boston needs him to play.
Plus playoffs? Yes.
Nah.
For sure.
Not out of Kristaps. And I like that. Mind you, didn't they call him the unicorn when he came out too?
That's what I'm saying.
They
That's
call
the
him
version
the
we about
unicorn
to see.
too.
We're about to see that version.
Now, was this the correct unicorn in Victor, or was one of them not a unicorn? Like, I don't get it.
40% from three? What? They finna
He's a great 3-point shooter, and that's what I said he's been reduced to. That's what he's been reduced to.
He almost shot 50, 40, 90.
I think you would have to say now, though. Like, you have to say now. Like, now, he's 43% from three. Like, now. 6 years in. Now. I'm saying today.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a nice three back in the day, too, but
he
also had a nice drive. He had a very nice dribble.
He was probably getting double teamed on his team.
His journey's not a complete package. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, now.
He's finna get easy buckets now.
Now. Now.
He's not going to get easy
buckets.
He's not going to get easy buckets because Jason Tatum has a lot of Donovan Mitchell in him. He'll take 30 shots in a night.
I guess.
No. He gonna only develop.
He gonna get 10, 15.
JT will take 30 shots in a night.
I'm going to look up his...
Yes, he will. I'm not saying he does always, but Jason Tatum, I bet he has a high attempt per game.
No. Not when you got a better team.
That's the only reason why they've been keeping Jaylen Brown, because he hasn't been vocally complaining about it. They like, oh, we can keep both great players on the squad, and he's not going to complain about his shots.
He averages 17 attempts per game.
That's not awful.
That is not bad.
That's not awful.
How many assists? Probably 4 or 5.
Let me gather that information here one moment.
If he in the 4 points, you got me. I'll give you that one.
You mean assist? You said.
Yeah, like if he in the 4 points, like anything above a 4-point, 3-point, what?
3.3.
3.3.
3.3 assists.
Up at 7. And what's the points per game average?
It'll go up.
Points per game? Okay, let's see.
Oh, he probably averaged 27.
And you said what, CT? What you smoking on tonight?
Who you talking about?
You talking about JT?
Yeah, what's his points per game? I would imagine.
He said 27.
I would imagine like 25.6.
22.5.
Okay.
What, last year or his career?
It's a career.
What was last year?
I'm about to say you go off his career. Yeah,
well, it was a general question, so I would have went career too.
Damn! Last year he averaged 30 points a game.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was off of how many shots per game? Did it say on that on the year?
Let me look that up, sir.
He averaged 30.
You said shot attempts?
Yeah. Because you was on career with the 17, but this year
21.
Okay.
That's not bad though. Like 21 shots.
It's not awful, but
21 shots. That means you made 12, at least.
That's like 4 a quarter.
Some games he only made 2 or 3,
and then he made like 10 twos. So that's 26.
Ooh, Jaylen Brown 20.6. Jeez.
Points per game.
Shot attempts. No, field goal attempts
on the season. So he can't
be
upset.
They both average.
Jaylen Brown,
they need.
Jaylen Brown go like this to the court. Niggas be doing all this, all type of shit. It don't make sense. Like he always get rid of the ball.
When he own though, he own.
He do, but like
definitely.
LeBron's is 22.2.
We all play basketball. There's always
everybody's probably around 20.
There's always a nigga that dribble too much. You dribble too much.
Nah, LeBron shouldn't be that high.
No, I'm talking about.
Why not?
Not with AD. It shouldn't be.
AD's is 17.2.
See, that's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't be taking more shots than AD.
I agree.
I don't.
Nope. You're not in that. You're not a shooter. First of all, understand that you're not a shooter. Now it's okay to shoot. Yeah, it's okay to shoot. But if you ain't hitting, don't take 9 of them. Don't take 10 threes if you're not hitting. Get that ball to the man that scores. AD.
He ain't always scoring.
Yeah, some games he takes off. And if it was me, it would be visibly seen in the game because I'd be that nigga passing him the ball right back. Take that. Nope. Take that. Take it. Nope.
Hey, like them niggas
it'll be back and forth. Nope. You go and take this shot. You ain't taking this game off. As long as you in the court with me, you shooting.
I ain't trying to get. That's how you get him hurt. He'll be hurt doing all that.
Listen, well.
Exactly.
Well, what did you come for?
20.6. Donovan Mitchell, 20.6.
Listen.
That ain't bad.
It don't sound it. It don't sound it, but when you watching it, boy.
5 shots a quarter. Like, what?
Yeah, when you watching it.
Garland 16.4.
Were you watching it like 71 points in a game? Yeah, it's crazy.
Nah. Don't
it's
see now
crazy.
You trying to be Malcolm. Don't use one instance. Don't use one instance to try to justify an entire season.
What?
Don't use that 170-point game.
Fourth. Not 7, not play-in. 4th.
Right. We had that conversation, though. We had that conversation.
So he had to have way more moments. I know he did.
Nah, he's had some 50s. I think he had 2 50-point games.
A couple, he had a lot of 40s.
Yeah, he had some 40s. I'm not going to lie about that. But there was also games where the points matched the shots taken.
He's only like 6'2". He's not the biggest guy on the court, so it's tough.
I agree, which is why use your team.
That's excuse.
And to even go out for 71.
Now, matter of fact, Malk, since you looking up stats, you said Darius Garland was 16 point something. Now look up the prior year.
Ooh.
Look up 22. Lower. How many?
DeMar DeRozan 17.6. Zach LaVine 18. It ain't working, but I'll look up what you said, Cliff. Let me see.
Big Lonzo Ball.
For everybody that's out there, the Chicago Bulls are looking for a point guard. Fill out an application, right? At the United Center. We're taking all applications.
What you say?
Y'all needed Lonzo. That would have worked out for y'all.
At the Bulls. We're accepting all applications. Come through. Put your credentials through. See what happens.
17.2, Cliff.
We need.
Okay. So it didn't go down by much, but it went down.
Well, hold on. No. This past year was 16.4. This past year. The year before was 17.2.
So he got a shot less a game this year.
Oh,
that's what you're right. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. When you stealing a shot from every player, a shot from him, a shot from Mobley, a shot from Al. I told you. I looked up the stats. Everybody's percentages went down.
He can take that shot if he wanted to.
Right.
Could be on Donovan Mitchell's top, boy.
Man,
because you ain't improve us. They gave away all that for what improvement?
Knowing it's a 48, what is a 42-minute game? You can take a shot.
No, you are correct, Mike. You can make the argument that because Donovan Mitchell was there to take the brunt of a lot of the
and that's his first
scoring and attempts to score, that you may have saved some players' injury, which is why they were available there longer. But
building chemistry is still
saved
fresh.
Them a lot of times.
Cliff, think about any new relationship. It takes time. It takes time.
Donovan Mitchell was killing last year. You tripping?
Sometimes.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't even killing. I'm saying to Cliff's point of Cliff. Cliff once was.
It was all.
Well, listen. Let me shut this conversation down like this. What did I say was going to happen? Right? What did I say was going to happen? I said that the way that they were playing, if they make the postseason and Donovan Mitchell's not on, they're guaranteed to lose. And what happened? Donovan Mitchell shit the bed in the playoffs, and the team lost because you had nobody else that you could rely on because nobody else was in the rhythm or the flow. When last year it seemed like everybody was. Markkanen was getting 30-point games. Mobley was getting 30-point games. Allen was getting 30-point games. Garland was getting 30-point games. Now all of a sudden they ain't getting more than 15, 17 points a game, and Mitchell has 71.
Right.
All defensive player of the year. I mean, he was runner-up. Mobley. I think Mitchell made him better.
He made him more efficient because the nigga knew that he had to make the shots because I'm not going to get a lot of attempts.
These guys...
You got to remember, every other play last year when Garland was running point was a oop to either Mobley or Allen. Oop to Mobley or Allen. Them motherfuckers was ooping back to back to back. Now all of a sudden it's a drive, it's an ISO. He has to stay out. You don't even see them making cuts to the rim because they want it to be clear for Donovan. It was a whole change of the way the Cavs played basketball.
Last year they were eighth. What was they fighting for? Eighth.
We were like I said, we were fourth until we lost Allen and Mobley, and then we dropped to the play-in.
Just like Allen, like Mobley and them go out the same way this year. Donovan Mitchell got to pick up where it left off. So, and then you 4 seed. I don't see how it's like you talk about like they was fighting 2 years ago for a play-in spot, and they didn't even get in.
Right.
And they were that
we didn't get in off of injuries.
There's so many garbage points you just talking about, like.
Nah, we didn't get in off of injuries.
Them 17 averages, Malk, like them 16.8 shot attempts, like that was probably in the blowout game.
But you know, harder. Everybody's harder on their team.
It ain't even about being harder. It's about me. It's about me watching.
I just wanted to loosen up.
And I know you've caught a few Cavs games. And let's keep it a buck. Motherfuckers know when it's nationally televised and when it's going to be on Fox Sports Ohio.
Oh, I got that.
You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, when you're consistently watching and you see it, that shit don't always translate statistically, which is why I was pointing out certain statistics throughout the season that I was concerned with. And at the end of the day, the end result was exactly like I said. If you ain't hot, Donovan, we lost. You wanted it on your back all throughout the season. You didn't give your team an ability to get hot themselves. So if it's not on you, we lost. And he did not show up to the playoffs, and we lost. Not only did we lost, but we lost to the Knicks.
But that's a lot of teams, Cliff. Because
I swear,
Jalen Brunson is the guy such as Donovan Mitchell in New York.
But nah, because even with Jalen, he's getting.
What about Milwaukee?
Wait, even with Jalen, he's getting you 10 assists. So you have an R.J. Barrett with 23 points. You have a Julius Randle with 18, 19. There's no other. The next closest guy to Donovan is usually Darius, and hopefully he gets 21. That's a problem. Where are your big men? Why aren't you using the big men? Especially how hype. Evan Mobley almost was an all-star last year. But it didn't make sense to have 3 Cleveland all-stars out of a city that doesn't really pay attention like that.
Right.
So you have 2 instead. Now all of a sudden you go to Donovan Mitchell being the all-star. Darius is nowhere close. And let's not even talk about Evan Mobley or Jared Allen. That's a problem. That's a problem because you didn't trade away these all-stars. Their caliber just dropped because of who you brought to the team. That's a problem. Regardless of how great the player is. I don't care if it was KD. That's a fucking problem.
They're not all-star caliber players.
They were the year prior. How can you say that if they weren't the year? These players are young. That was only Darius Garland's third year in the season. Or third year in the NBA.
They were just having career years. I mean, well, they were still probably 7th seed at the time, if not 8th.
You just hating. But it's all right. We'll move on.
I'm just saying, you be giving them so much credit, and they need to make the playoffs that year.
We talked enough basketball. Let's get into a little bit of this football here.
Okay.
Mock your Eagles. You had a great draft.
You already know.
You did. You had a great draft, but I want to ask a few questions, right? Mm-hmm. I got a few questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I want to ask about Jordan Davis.
Oh yeah, the nose guard. Yeah, what about him?
Right. I know he didn't have the expected season, and I know a lot of that was due to injury, but there were a lot of, people in Philly talking about what's the nigga that replaced him.
Same problem.
Well, hold on. I mean, in my opinion, I wouldn't. First of all, he's playing behind Fletcher Cox, who's one of the best nose guards in the league. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's hard to outplay him, even if he was healthy. Even
but it's formational too. Like there's instances where he's on there as well. What's good, Darian? Where he's in that lineup with Fletcher
Cox, right? As a rookie at that time, right?
Right.
Okay, I'm with you. So what? Am I disappointed in Jordan Davis?
No. You just didn't give me a chance to finish.
Right.
I was just saying, do you think that with the addition of Jalen Carter coming in now, that's gonna, spark something between the two of them for that Eagles defensive line?
That's like a right tackle, left tackle.
Yeah, because we're looking to fulfill the next man for Fletcher Cox.
Right. And you got somebody I'm familiar with.
Exactly. They come from the same school. There's that.
Right.
Yeah. Our pipeline obviously seems to be Georgia. You know what I mean, as far as of late in drafting. So yeah, I think that'll be they play together. So yeah, I think that'll be a nice addition. I do. I think they'll play great if they can.
I do.
Learn the system.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a little reunion that could prove decent for Philly. My only other question, right? And I've been doing my research too, right? Jalen Hurts, 7th most sacked quarterback last year with 38 sacks.
Offensive line was banged up. We didn't have a healthy offensive line for most of the year.
Definitely banged up. But that's a lot. That's still a lot, especially for a mobile quarterback.
I mean, it might be a lot, but we still made it to the Super Bowl. It didn't negatively impact us. So.
No, agreed. But I also want to ask, do you think that's why y'all went back to Bama for Tyler Steen on y'all's offensive line? And if so, do you think that adds to improvement?
Once again, just being a Philly fan and knowing the pipeline, Landon Dickerson, we drafted him a few years ago from Alabama, or was it Oklahoma? Either Alabama or Oklahoma. I want to say Alabama.
O-line, running back, wide receiver, Alabama.
Cam Beef Jurgens, offensive lineman, drafted him from Alabama, I believe the year before.
Right.
So we have a certain pipeline. I do think, to answer your question, yes, it'll help. Offensive lineman, we do Alabama. Defense and defensive lineman, we seem to do Georgia. So the SEC is our favorite, I guess. We seem to get some great players from there, but we got to keep them healthy. Who was out last year? Was it? I can't remember the offensive lineman, but yeah, it was one of our. That wasn't Lane Johnson. It was one of them though, and he was talking about how he got surgery and he's back now. And he's ready to go. I can't remember who it was. I was just watching him on somebody's podcast. That's going.
I'm blanking too now.
But anyways, yeah, I think it'll help. I do think that'll help our offensive line. And we got to be healthy this year. We got to stay healthy.
Oh, you looking it up?
Y'all signed Rashad Penny too. Wow, y'all loaded.
And DeAndre Swift. We got DeAndre Swift too. Yeah.
The whole league. I just looked on the list. There's so many different players that went to different teams. Like it's so shifted.
DeAndre Hopkins still looking.
There's so many good teams in the NFL. Like Allen Robinson to the Steelers. Like I just forgot about that. Like
that's who it was. Landon Dickerson. Speaking of that's who I was talking about. He got surgery. He was hurt a lot last year. Something about his some kind of abdominal surgery, and he's back now and he's ready to go. And he's saying he was excited for the season. So yeah, I'm hoping. Because looking at our offensive lineman, Jordan Mailata, he's a fucking dog. He used to play rugby. Landon Dickerson, beast. Jason Kelsey, getting older, still got it.
Still got it.
Cam Jerkins, he's young, but he's gonna be all right. And then we got Lane Johnson.
I honestly thought in the place of Tyler Steen, y'all would have drafted a center.
Our second person is Cameron Tom. I never heard of him. I'm looking at him right now. Cameron Tom, back up. Black dude, 27 years old from Southern Miss. This is fifth season. I
mean, but like that's similar to like when you got a Jason Kelsey at your center. That's similar to like a Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love situation. I sit until he's done. I can't do nothing until he's done or he gets hurt.
Right.
So you can't really, knock him for being there for 5 years. That might even speak to his talent that he's been around for that long because they still got faith in him.
That's true.
And a fresh 27, you go into your more intelligent years with more miles on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's still at practice.
Also, I want to point out to you, Cliff, that another reason why we drafted Jalen Carter, or actually probably the main reason, is because we lost Javon Hargrave this offseason to the 49ers. Yeah, he went to the 49ers. They stole him from us, so we had to replace him. And y'all
had the opportunity.
The NFC got so tough, man.
Linebackers looking a lot stronger than they used to. I'm looking at the depth chart. Safety positions looking hella weak. I can tell. We lost Epps to the Raiders.
Drafted that dude Sidney Brown out of Illinois.
I like him. I watched this story about him and his brother. Man, I like them. I'm excited to have him on the team. Right, I do see that. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe he steps up. Maybe he becomes something. Hey, he's an underdog.
That defensive spot is easier to throw rookies into.
You think?
Yeah, I do. I
think it depends.
It definitely depends on the position for sure. But when you got like a cornerback, safety may be a little harder than cornerback, even though it sounds crazy. And the only reason why I say that is because usually with that corner in college, you know your man. You know what I'm saying? This is my man. Until I, get to a point where I can release to the safety or whatever the case may be. In the NFL, there's a lot more, I don't want to call them tricks, because it's not like it's a trick. It's just shit that gets done that can throw a safety off in coverage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You put two out wide, one crosses, comes down low across in the front of you, and one goes deep. At that point, you got to know your coverage assignment, or you just blew a play.
Right.
That's when he hit somebody. Hit somebody.
But the penalty don't stop the play. You got beat.
Don't stop the play.
You got beat. You're back down on the practice squad now. You feel what I'm saying? But corner, I know I either got to follow this man all the way downfield, release him across the middle, or release him to the safety. That's my only job. You feel what I'm saying? That safety has a lot more involved. You got to know your coverages. You got to know whether you biting and covering the middle or backing up. And you know what I'm saying? So I say that to say it would be interesting to see if the dude Sidney Brown gets a lot of PT this year.
I mean, it's possible.
What's good, G?
Yeah.
You on? You hear me? This thing connected?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Shit, how you feeling about your Browns? I know they they got a 26 easiest schedule. Well, not the 26, but they got the 26 hardest schedule.
We just know it's easy.
That's a good deal.
We might make it to the Super Bowl like the Eagles.
Don't even say the Browns and the Eagles in the same sentence ever.
What was your schedule strength last year?
It wasn't that high.
Yeah, yours was 30.
Like 20 something. Yeah,
it was 30. You were tied with.
It wasn't that high, but at the end of the day, regardless of the schedule, the strength of the team is not even close between Cleveland and Philly.
I agree with that, but
but no, I wouldn't say I agree.
No, I would agree with it. I would just say that the difference is that this is one of the best stacked teams with Watson. To have that easy of a schedule may be dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may see Cleveland do a lot better.
They're going to beat Joe Burrow, Cliff? Right. Hell no.
I mean, that all depends. That all depends.
No, don't depend. Burrow was the only few niggas that could beat Patty Mahomes and them boys. Niggas.
That's what you should have asked. Do they beat Patty Mahomes? That's what you should have asked.
Who, Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, Cleveland. Why would I ask that when I already know the answer? I don't. Come on, Cliff.
But Joe Burrow is the boss before Patty. They still got to go through Mahomes to get to the Super Bowl.
Right, but they can't even get through Burrow, so how the fuck they gonna make it to Mahomes is what I'm getting at.
Can't get through Burrow.
Y'all can. Y'all won't.
Bro, Deshaun Watson came in week 12 last year.
That's fine. That's fine.
So at some point of this year, we can't become second or third in our division.
All right, I got 20 that says Geno Smith has a better year than Deshaun
So you're
Watson.
telling me that the Ravens have to get it together. So you're telling me that the Steelers...
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Ravens. Lamar Jackson's back. Odell Beckham. Cliff, stop playing.
Man, listen, as much as I like Odell Beckham,
they have to do something.
They got Nelson Aguilar, I just saw, too. They finna be
Aguilar is a good pickup.
Man, we already had him in Philly. Been there, done that.
That's a bunch of old niggas that should have won a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
His best days were in Philly.
You are right. You are right about that.
That's like Deshaun Jackson.
He showed out when we had him in Vegas, though.
We had him in New England too. He looked nice.
Right, everybody. He liked the bitch around town. Everybody, you hit it. You did too.
So what's all basically just saying? My nigga's already started his fairway. My nigga's already started his fairway. My nigga's out the door soon.
Who?
That's what.
Aguilar. I don't think.
What do you mean you don't think?
I don't think he out the door soon.
How long can you just keep on going from team to team? Like, it's not much.
Journeyman.
I see what you said. Okay.
Journeyman.
You're a journeyman, like you're a journeyman. So, like, really, truthfully,
as long as you want to play, I look like somebody gonna keep him.
Nah, you know what they did.
Coming to the draft, though.
Let's keep it a buck.
Like T or somebody where he's just mouth and stuff, like talking stuff.
Let's keep it a buck. What they did to Lamar Jackson was that shit that they be doing to dogs, where they hold the sheet up and then throw it and then run, and the dog be like, "Where the fuck that motherfucker go?" And they be tripped the fuck out. That's what they did to Lamar, because they said, "Nah, nigga, we gonna pay you. We gonna give you what you asked for. We give you that, but that help that you said you wanted." That's going to come in the form of Odell Beckham's injured ass and Nelson Aguilar's old ass. That's what you get here.
I mean, who else was out there to get?
It's not. I mean, you're absolutely correct.
DeAndre Hopkins, if they would have waited a little longer.
They still can.
They definitely still can. Shit, Logan in the chat, I didn't even see that.
No, that's not. That's my homie from work. That ain't Foles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the homie from work. He a Raiders
But you mean the Raiders always
Raiders
always will be the GOAT smoke. Listen, I love the Raiders, but I can't say that, G. I got them tatted on me, and I can't just say that, G. Mm-hmm. He said, well, guess what? One of those was one whooping on the Eagles, bro. You don't ever forget that.
Yeah, just a hopeful Raiders fan like yourself.
Nah, I will say that nothing made me happier than finding out that Jimmy Garoppolo didn't pass his physical.
He's coming back.
Nah, he ain't coming back.
Oh, he'll be back.
He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back. And the reason why I say that made me so happy is because, one, I didn't want Jimmy Garoppolo as our quarterback in the first place. And two, I'm not high on Josh Daniels. So the fact that you advocated so strongly for Garoppolo and he couldn't pass the physical, that could be a mark on his book as well. I don't want them to turn us into the new Patriots. That's not us. You got the wrong squad for that. So I'm hoping, like motherfucking prayer articles say, that your boy Brady drops his nuts and says, I'm coming back to the silver and black.
Yeah.
That's over with, bro. You might as well believe in Santa Claus, man. Look.
But you know he owns a portion of the team. He has minority stake in the team.
Look what happened when Jordan came back as a part.
Yeah, Jordan ain't lacing up.
Listen. The only options that we have right now for quarterbacks: Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Teddy Bridgewater, Joe Flacco.
You still got Stidham.
Stidham's gone. He's in New York, I believe. He's with the Giants, I believe.
Or I'll figure out the Raiders.
They got rid of Stidham. All we have right now is Aiden O'Connell, the dude that we drafted from. Where the fuck did we draft him from?
I'm about to go ahead and give you my
Purdue.
I'm about to bounce out.
Yep. Who hitting them?
The Bulls. We need a point guard. Please draft a point guard. Somebody.
Oh, CT going too. Damn. Okay.
CT going. Darren that's a chair.
All right.
What I say is that the Bulls, we ain't got Lonzo no more. We got to move on from Lonzo. Let's get a nice late round pick that we can develop in the point guard. That's not even like a hit the showers. That's like a all I want for Christmas right there.
Yeah, something clearly.
Let's get a nice point guard that we can build off of. He don't have to be the greatest, but just let's teach him up something. Yeah.
What happened to Kobe White?
I'm talking about Lonzo, nigga. Run to your leg. Where's the vitamins at? Was it the BBB shoe?
Shit, you gonna wrap your ankles up. I don't know.
Exactly. You went for a layup, you rolled your ankle, it ain't been the same. You know.
I thought it was his knees.
He got the Brandon Roy. That's bad. It's not a joke. That's actually not a joke.
But he's not Brandon Roy though.
He's not Brandon Roy, but Brandon Roy, the injury that he had.
No, I understand.
To his. So the outcome may not be the same, but it might be very similar.
Don't matter though. You still got a squad. You got a family that can still produce for you. Wasn't a bunch of Roy brothers.
We're talking about longevity and like.
I get it. But I mean, if Lonzo's career ends here, as far as the NBA goes, my nigga's still blessed beyond belief.
Oh yeah, no. Hey, shit. What you talking about? Nigga got 5 years in that thing.
Listen,
5 years in that thing. He got 5 years in there.
And he wasn't no hoe in it. He just wasn't.
Yeah, right. But let's just be real here. We're spending $45 billion on some shit. Niggas we gotta cut some fat. I heard your knees fucked up, yeah. Is it that fucked up? Yeah. Well, here's what's gonna happen.
Right.
I'm gonna pay you a bounce. With all due respect.
He gonna be Joe Kim Noah on the sidelines. They gonna have him in the Udonis Haslam coach polo for the end of the year.
And your daddy. We're gonna hook your daddy up too. We're gonna make sure he's straight too. Everybody's straight. But I gotta bounce him about the nigga.
Yep, handle your business.
All right.
Yep,
All right,
say my G.
And then there was 2.
And then there were the ones.
Yep.
But yeah, we ain't gonna be too much longer. We finna write this up here in a second. That yeah, the only thing is just to wrap up what we was talking about. I don't know what the quarterback situation would look like
For the Raiders.
Yeah, I don't know what that would look like.
Yeah, it's currently not looking.
And I feel like that would be why not add that on your stats? TB12. Why not add that on your stats as the first owner/player of a team?
Because you wouldn't be able to do it with the Raiders. He would need way more time than one season. Like, he wouldn't even be able
I understand that. But
like, there's no way you're beating, you know what I mean?
But you may have a shot. Then the thing is, if you was somehow to pull it off and get a ring with the Raiders, you would also be the first quarterback to ever go to one-time teams and get Super Bowls in your first year. That would definitely solidify. Nobody else would have the opportunity to equal those accolades. You feel what I'm saying?
It all sounds good in a nice dream.
It does.
You're dozing off, and you're just, what if, right? But, Aaron Rodgers, Patty Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, the list goes on. I mean, that's tough. In one year, one season, Josh McDaniels, Vontae Adams,
who better?
Offensive line is trash. Oh my gosh, I don't ever have to.
Who better?
That sounds like why not spend time with the kids? Spend time with my kids and play for the Raiders. I'm spending time with my kids.
Who better than Tom Brady? And I don't know if I would say the offensive line is trash. Derek Carr definitely didn't have to move at all.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna see who they got on the offensive line. Let me see. Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Andre James, Alex Bars, Jermaine Eliumun. I can't say his.
Don't look up the linemen unless you shouting them out. Look up what was Derek Carr's sack. What was he at in the NFL? If Jalen Hurts was seventh most sacked, what was Derek Carr at? Because Derek Carr doesn't run. I think I can remember seeing all the times he passed the line of scrimmage, and all of them ended in slides.
Let's see.
Probably like 11, 12.
I don't see let me see. I see okay, maybe this is that's not. So now they're giving most. I was just trying to find the season.
I got you. I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think this is what they got. That might have been the list. I see Fields 55, Russell Wilson 55. Mm-hmm. Is this all time or is this past?
No, this is
the season. Yeah, Jalen Hurts was 7. Carr was 20th.
So look at that. That's all I'm saying. So now look at who the fuck was Tampa Bay's quarterback last year?
Tom Brady.
It was Tom Brady.
Right. He just retired.
He just retired.
Right.
What the fuck am I on? What was he at?
Good question. I can control F. Look at me. I'm about to act like the millennial I am. Fucking trying to scroll. 26.
So that's not nothing but a what's the name?
Yeah, but he's about to be 46 years old.
He ain't take no damage last year.
It's not about damage. It's about the age, man. It's about waking up.
He said he could have played longer.
He might have said that, but did he play longer? Nope.
I mean, but there was a lot of outside factors.
Everybody gonna tell you. Everybody gonna tell you they could have played longer. Oh yeah, I could have. Look, retired motherfuckers. Yeah, I could have worked.
I'm just saying, out of all them 4 quarterbacks I named, Tom Brady would still be at the top of them by head and shoulders.
I mean, that may be the case.
46 or not.
What they say in the investment world is too much of a high risk, low reward.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man.
I think your offense is built for Brady to be able to look amazing. I think the defense is still what's lacking. So, if, like I said last year, if a Brady or a Rodgers were to come to Raiders, they would come under the assumption that I can outscore anybody with this team. Fuck what the defense does.
Yeah, and they're just not. Y'all just aren't that good of a team for him to come in and do that. That's what I think.
Offensively we can be. You still got Devontae Adams.
No, y'all won't be able to outscore teams like you know what I'm saying.
You still got Josh Jacobs, who was the #1 running back in the season in the NFL last year.
Man, that was a one-hit wonder. He
can't be a one-hit wonder because the only reason why he wasn't before, he was his rookie year. He led the league in rushing until he got hurt.
I bet you he won't be top 3 this season.
If he plays right now, he's holding out until he gets his contract.
He'll be out. He's probably gonna leave. He bet you he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave.
But see, that's another incentive for Tom Brady, right? Because you're an owner of the team. So even if you come back to the Raiders under a lower contract than you would accept, you're still going to get your back-end dividends from the ownership.
You know Tom Brady's already got a deal still with Fox, right? To be the commentator starting next year. Like the next, I don't know, it's like a 10-year contract, something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker signed, sealed, delivered. And we talked about contracts the other day.
They'll adjust.
Hell no.
You adjust for certain people because you know how much that brings your shit up if he does come back and then he comes back to Fox. You know how much that brings your shit up?
I think they're going to pay him more money to do that than he went playing football, though.
Now, that may be the only thing that would throw me off is what if he asked for, now I want to renegotiate my contract.
Right.
I magically won a Super Bowl with Las Vegas. Now I want more.
So it says it's a 10-year deal for $375 million with Fox that'll start in 2024 in the fall.
And watch what I tell you. He gonna say, Fox, I'm coming back for 1 year. Give me 9 years, 320, because I'm about to do something big, and it's gonna boost my stock anyway. We ain't gonna have to renegotiate that contract too much.
Let me tell you how much
He might be a baller and say, nah, keep it the same way. Just give me 9 years. Watch what I produce this year.
Tom Brady been chilling. That he's been playing. I don't know if you've seen the videos. He's been playing pickup ball with Michael Jordan. Talking about on the same team. I want to say. I think it's like 2-on-2. Them two versus I don't know who else, but he's been playing pickup ball with Mike. They've been playing pickup ball, balling. I think Tom's living his best life, man. I think he's done.
Tom living his best life whether he play or not.
Right, but I think he's really enjoying the afterlife currently. He's doing what the fuck he wants.
Not the afterlife.
The afterlife of football. Yeah, think, Cliff.
Life after football.
Same difference. It don't matter. Afterlife of football, life after football, whatever. It's still so you get to the 71, 270, you can get to the same.
Trying to send my niggas to the football Valhalla and shit.
No, that's just you overthinking, being an overthinker. I'm talking about football only. But nah.
Nah, come on back. Come on back, TB12.
No,
he wanted to be that silver and black. We found out that Carr was the motherfucker that he was talking about. So come on back in, get your shot the first time, run it back.
Yeah, hey, look, y'all don't.
LeBron got his ring the second time he ran it back in Cleveland. Run it back.
Yeah, but Brady's not running nothing back as far as when it comes to the Raiders. Like it's not like he.
He's not running it back, but you running back opportunity.
Hey, y'all ain't got a tight end for him. You know he got to have a tight end. That's required.
We still got Waller. We didn't get rid of him yet.
No, Waller's a New York Giant, Cliff. You better look that up.
Well, we got Michael Mayer from Notre Dame.
I'm not even about to even attempt to look him up. He's not even worth the look up, I can guarantee. Hell no.
We got Michael Mayer from Notre Dame.
I thought that was a country singer we was talking about. Boy, Michael Mayer from Notre Dame.
We got Michael Mayer from Notre Dame.
You say Notre Dame, you know who we think of? Monte Tag, whatever his name was. Tayao. Motherfuckers ain't worried about Vernon
we ain't going back. We talking about recent.
And recently, they still ain't shit from Notre Dame.
And recently, my nigga went second round, 35th pick. You was 4 picks off of the first round. You was almost a first round draft pick.
That don't mean nothing. We seen niggas go higher and not do shit.
Well,
look at Jamarcus Russell.
We got a tight end. That's all I can say.
Man.
And if I like his number, I'm getting his jersey.
Shit. Hell no. Damn.
Now we gotta do is get rid of Renfro.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know though. I think you guys kind of need him because who's gonna help out Adams? You know what I mean? Like Waller's gone. You know, like
I mean, but I think that the little nigga Trey Tucker that we just got out of Cincinnati, I think that he can fit in Renfro's position. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
he a little 5'9", you know, guy. Somebody quick on routes, get that catch, hit the ground.
Like what's his name? What is this doing that? Kadarius Toney, like you're saying, quick on routes.
Yeah, something like that. And you know how Renfro play. He ain't take hits unless he had to.
Right.
I'll catch it and drop to the ground. Let you tag me.
Right.
Play like him.
Right. You're right. I'm about to see. Yeah, I'm about to look at y'all's. So it says Jimmy G questionable. I know you said he felt his was kind of questionable. You know, y'all know y'all
it's
have.
It's up to the organization. It's up to the organization if we still gonna give him his contract after failing the physical.
You know Aiden O'Connell's the third string, right? And Brian Hoyer's y'all's second string.
Oh, I don't mind Hoyer. I would hate to see him start the
season.
Yeah, but I don't mind him.
Hey, Cliff, I forgot y'all picked up Jacoby Myers from the Patriots. Y'all got Jacoby Myers.
Yeah.
And y'all got Renfro still. Hey, Cliff, y'all have you ain't even noticed. Y'all got Austin Hooper at tight end? He came from the
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That I didn't know.
What? Yeah, I'm looking at the depth chart. That's Austin Hooper said tight end.
Yeah, that one snuck past me.
There. Yeah, number 82, tight end, 6'4", 254 from weight. He's 28. Went to Stanford. He was, last year's stats: 41 receptions, 444 yards receiving, only 2 touchdowns, 10.8 average.
Who is he with?
I'm trying to make sure. I'm pretty sure it was the Chargers. It was the Titans. He was the Titans tight end. He played for the Titans. That's right. He played for the. But I'm not going to judge him off that because what's his name? Their quarterback. What's the Titans quarterback?
Tannehill.
Right. I'm not, so I can't, fault him. That motherfucking Tannehill don't get the ball out.
You can't stunt Tannehill. But that's the thing, though. That's the issue. But see, here's the thing. And I know that sounds crazy.
Y'all got OJ Howard too, but yeah, go ahead.
But the Raiders are used to the tight end being, like a number 1, number 2 option.
Right.
The question then becomes, who is the quarterback getting the ball out. Because that also is affected by, as you pointed out, the offensive line as well. Because even though Carr wasn't my number 3 pick as a Raiders quarterback,
right,
he was still able to compose himself in that particular pocket.
Right.
We're in a new situation.
Right.
And if Jimmy ain't doing it, do we trust out of those 4 that we named, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Teddy Bridgewater, Joe Flacco, I would prefer Teddy.
Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah.
He's liable for injury a lot.
Yeah, I agree with the injury.
Accident waiting to happen, boy. My opinion. But
Carson Wentz can't do it. He's proven can't do it. And Matt Ryan's not a winner.
Yeah, he's your guy, though.
He's not a winner.
He's a Raider. He's the perfect fit for the rest of redemption story. Raiders love a good redemption story or a good,
I agree with that.
Second chance. They believe in second chances there in the Raiders organization. Why not? And he got Devontae Adams. Think about it, though. All right, obviously, I'm talking shit, but at the same time, to play devil's advocate in a good way for Matt Ryan, to advocate for him. Remember when he had Roddy White in them back in the day and early in his career? Like, he was showing out. Now, obviously, Matt Ryan was younger. Roddy White was younger. My whole point is, when he had a star-studded wideout like that, he balled out. Who did he have in Indianapolis? I'm not making excuses for him, but, who was the premier wide receiver on the Colts? Nobody. So he's not good enough to – what I'm getting at, he's not good enough. If you don't have a guy for him, Matt Ryan's not good enough to make plays like that. But if you have a Devontae Adams, right? I'm about to look. Yeah, Colts. Who the fuck?
Did they have T. Higgins? Was he?
I thought he. Wait, you said the T. Higgins, Cliff. He's on the fucking Bengals.
Oh yeah. Who am I thinking of?
Right, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I got you. I'm about to pull up the offense. All right. So. Colts current depth chart for offense.
Who am I thinking of?
Right, you over there. Okay, that's what I thought. Michael Pittman Jr. That's their best wide receiver. And I'm not trying to disrespect him, but come on, Michael Pittman Jr. That's not. I mean, what are we doing with that? Not doing shit.
Now I'm tripped up.
Yeah, Michael Pittman. Alec Pierce. They don't got nobody. They don't got nobody. Oh, the Colts got Gardner Minshew. Hey, the Colts got Gardner Minshew now. But see, they didn't give him
it's the Colts. Okay. I said the Giants. I knew it was one of them blue teams.
Right. But, I mean, about the point that I was getting at, I mean, Matt Ryan probably still ain't shit, to be honest, but at the same time, if you give him a Devontae Adams, or, again, a established wide receiver, premier wide receiver, I mean, he's made plays. He just hasn't won it all. He blew it. That game with Tom Brady. He was beating the shit out of Tom Brady, boy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's kind of hard, though, because that's Tom. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like,
nah, but you can't. Nah.
Right, because you was up. They
didn't score at all in this whole second half that I recall.
Yeah, they didn't. But the lights went out. Remember, that was good. I'm not the story.
Nah, that was
lights went out, I think, at halftime in that game.
Nah, that was Flacco and Kaepernick. That was the Saints Ravens. That wasn't yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing on it.
Yeah, not them. No, yeah, that was the Saints Ravens.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I can't remember what Super Bowl that was. Yeah, that sounds right, like you said. That was the Hardball Bowl or whatever they call it. I mean, but yeah, I mean, Raiders. Yeah, I don't quarterback.
TB12 come back.
All you can do is hope and pray, they say.
Giselle gone. Raise your stock. Who we got hitting them?
EA Sports, baby. EA Sports, you tripping?
It's in the game.
Y'all should have not ever. Hold on, let me rephrase. Y'all should have never ever had Josh Allen as this year's covered athlete.
Yeah, not this year.
No, when you know that since Hurts didn't win the MVP, the least you could have done is let my nigga get the Madden covered. He didn't even get the Offensive Player of the Year. Remember, they gave it to Justin Jefferson. Okay, so he lost the MVP and he got hurt. Remember, okay, lost Offensive Player of the Year. Don't even get the Madden cover. Disrespectful, man.
Yeah, that would have made the most sense in my opinion. I ain't gonna lie.
And I'm not taking nothing away from Josh Allen, but
last year would have been his year. This year wasn't it.
Exactly. So that's why I hit the showers. EA Sports Madden 24 to be exact. Still debating if I want to buy it because I do want to play with my Eagles and Jalen Hurts. I can't lie.
Shit, our quarterback gonna say player one at the moment.
Right, no name. Oh, Aaron Brooks up. See what Aaron Brooks is doing.
Aaron Brooks.
Man, that was that boy. He played for the Raiders and the Saints. Number 2, black quarterback.
Man, that nigga old as shit. You talking about Junior?
He ain't older than Tom Brady. Aaron Brooks.
Stop it.
He's 47. Ooh, he is older than Tom Brady.
Who I got hitting? Who do I have hitting them? That's a good fucking question.
You don't want to give it to Tyreek Hill for slapping that dude in the back of the head and catching a little misdemeanor?
Nah, I'm gonna give it to Zion.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it to Zion just because last week I gave it to Mariah. And it would make more sense to do it in reverse because she now threatening to release the sex tape.
Yep.
And I'm like, what kind of why would that be a threat for real? Unless you was on some ill shit in that motherfucker.
Some 50 Shades of Zion, I'm telling you, bro. The motherfuckers is on. Everybody's got their fetishes and they like what they like.
And I'm, to each their own. I'm just saying, like, have we entered that era where we recording everything? Like,
we haven't. That's a different generation. I think, what is that? Gen Z. I think Zion and them are, look, I've been doing my research. They're like Gen Z. They're not even in your generation or mine. That's what they do, is what I'm saying. That's not we. Ain't no we. That's what Gen Z does. Gen Z's on one. That's what they
I mean, I don't know. Like, listen.
Look, John Morant, Zion, the list goes on.
God bless him. How much?
So look, Gen Z motherfuckers hit the showers.
Oh shit! Yes, I hope that you can come to an agreement with that young lady if it's some ill shit on there, boy.
Anybody born in the late 1990s and early 2010s is Gen Z. Y'all wild as fuck. That category that I just said is wild as fuck.
I couldn't even remember. I heard it and I said she releasing a sex tape and I said, so
you hear me? What the right? Like, I would be like, okay, bet.
And then I was like, wait a minute.
Right, I would be, I don't care. Right. Unless something's not, hey, you know what? Could be of something.
Nope, we out. We out.
Short of expectations.
Yeah, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell them to troll. We out this motherfucker.
Came up a little short, Zion. It's okay, buddy. They make something.